This is when J.R. Jawad, the then minister, came to visit my father's factory. I believe this is in the 50s somewhere. These pictures are when my mother got a scholarship to go to Germany, and when both of them were away for 6 months, and they trained in Germany in industrial machinery and industrial in clothing textile technology. My dad was a very humble man. He started his life as an assistant librarian at the medical college, and he always wanted to do something on his own. Eventually moved on to doing his own thing and started Bernard Banians in 1948.
He started with 3 machines, 1 knitting machine and 6 employees, which included himself. Not only did he run the company, he was also the knitting machine operator, and he also bleached the fabric himself. And in just 1 year, the company went from 6 employees to 38 employees.
That's picture of my mom and dad, and this when we went on a company trip to visit the Victoria Dam. Actually, my dad was the entrepreneur and my mom was the driving force behind the business. My parents got married in 1955, and my dad used to always joke. She apparently asked, "What do I do now?" And she said, "Let's get dressed and let's go to work." And from that day, 1955, my mom was part of the business, and she was the dynamic lady behind the business.
We think a big turning point for the company was when she joined and started working with my grandfather, because the company just grew in leaps and bounds after they got married. And in 1968, she got chosen by Colombo Plan for a scholarship to Germany to learn about industrial development. And with that, when she came back, there was a whole lot of new items that we added to our product portfolio, and we had not only vests but also t-shirts, ladies' blouses, shorts, pants, socks, everything, underwear, and everything else as well.
She introduced Brian Nylon to Sri Lanka, I think, and she introduced screen printing to Sri Lanka in the late 60s. She continued when my father was sick, and then continued as chairperson afterwards until her demise later.
In 1992, with President Premadasa's 200 factory program, my grandparents decided it was time to expand their operations and open a provincial factory in Kelowna. To this day, the Kelowna factory employs over 600 people, and the clothes that are manufactured there are exported to countries in Europe and also to the United States.
In 2006, Botejue Industries decided to diversify outside of garments, and one of the first things that we looked at was how could we diversify using existing resources. So 160 Government Street, where the original Botejue Industries was idling with space. So we decided to go into Botejue Business Park, which is an office space solution. Which leads us into our next company, Centrino. Although the company has existed since 2003, it has been in existence of supplying embroidery printing as like a subsidiary to Botejue Industries. Around about 2010, we decided that we want to expand this into promotional production manufacturing, and this is where the birth of Centrino promotional t-shirts and Centrino embroidery and printing started in 2010, and that was actually led by myself and my team. In 2014, an exciting opportunity fell into our hands with the acquisition of Circus Entertainment. At the time, it was only a rehearsal space, and now on its way to becoming a fully fledged entertainment company.
When I joined the company in 2010, I really wanted to explore the travel industry. So we started Everton Holidays Private Limited, and under the brand name My Lankan Dream, we started offering luxury tailor-made holidays in Sri Lanka. Now we also manage villas and bungalows all over the country.
This picture is with my mother, my father, and my brother Ravi. When we got on a new machine, fabric stentering machine, he was explaining the whole process to my parents. These are pictures in the 1950s when my dad went to Japan to get some machines with some Japanese people. With this gentleman, he continued business till many, many years. Much later, that was during the 50s this was. And he started his dream then, and his name, the brand Bernard Botejue. That name continues up to today, and his legacy continues after 7 decades. And we hope to continue his legacy for many more years to come.
My grandfather was a pioneer.
My grandfather was a visionary.
My father is a legend.